Okay, I want to say hi again, everybody. It's only me, Richard. How are you doing? This is another art video, okay, with me. In this video, we're working behind the scenes once again on my one of my new animated cartoons coming up, Spearmaster. I will be working on other martial arts related animated cartoon shows too, but this is a rough one coming up. Anyway, in this particular video, which I do believe is the fourth behind the scenes video on this so far, we're going to be refining our frames, some of the frames. There's one particular shot that's going to be done in this show with a few fight moves, okay, as was a few shots, but this is one of the shots for one fight move part with a couple of fight moves, and we've already laid down the basic. We already basically set up the frames. If you check out my other video on the animation, and you'll see how they actually played through also, just using basic rough sketchy scribble versions of the characters. Like, I'll show you right here. The images are very simple, and as you're going to see here, like this, okay, in fact this is the most detailed one of the lot of them, and we actually set up a whole fight scene, you know, a whole with a guy fighting here with a stick, with a weapon, and you can see some of those movements are just like blurs and stuff. Anyway, if you hold on 1 second while I just check something out, because my computer just had a thing pop up on the screen there, and I don't have a clue what that was, but I'm currently actually in the middle of saving other videos out and uploading stuff for you guys too. Let me just check out my stuff here. Okay, so yeah, all seems to be well. We're still recording, but yeah. So let's get into this. Okay, what I'm going to be doing, okay, is I'm basically going to be taking these frames in to my art software. They're all set up as you've seen in the right sizes and everything, the characters, but in one of my last videos, I basically showed you that I was trying to go with a very detailed kind of a more detailed look to the characters, and it was taking way too long. I mean, really way too long to actually draw. So I thought, okay, I need to sketch these out, because this is like 11 to 12 frames just for this shot alone, and at least half of them have got to be done like proper. Some of them are like blurry silhouettes, but let's get into this. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with I've decided to go with a very sketchy, rough kind of flow, okay, way of drawing here, and it's going to be very, very messy art. But what my plan is, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to go with a very rough. These are already rough sketches, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sketch the actual characters over this, very rough and sketchy, and then I'm going to clean them up. Rather than trying to go in for clean lines and doing a very nice like thing, I'm going to go in literally as a sketchy look, okay? So I don't need to zoom in and do every detail like very close. I can have it kind of far out, and I think let's just go with this, okay? So any lines that I come up with, you know, it's like I'm just going to lay them down, see, like that, as far simple as that. This is the most comfortable way to draw it. It doesn't look like much now, because it's like, you know, it's like literally very rough, as you can see, but it's like this kind of sketchy way I feel sometimes works the best, and I'm just going to clean it up as I go along, you know. I'm doing all kinds of lines that will not be visible in the actual art, do not worry. I'm kind of like sketching and doing the art at the same time. See how fast I'm doing those motions there, and as you can see, everything's coming into play so quickly by doing it this way, and that's what I've found, okay? And it's basically almost like, it's almost as rough as the actual sketches were for this what we already had there, you know. But it's like the only difference is I'm having actual detail on there, and we're giving ourselves something more to work with, and less of a headache. Everything's going to be laid out, you know, properly. We've got the lines there and everything, you see, and yeah, okay. But what we're going to, you know, obviously with this is very rough. So what we're going to be doing is, you know, I'm going to go over these also. So let me go over this and just see what I can come up with. So this is actually too rough, so I'm going to go over that obviously and see what we can do. So it's like kind of like different, like almost like 3 levels of sketching here. We're going with the basic skeletal sketch, sorry, and then we're going with a super rough sketch, laying in where all the details go of the body and everything. And then we're going with this, what I'm doing now, which is laying in the details, at least to see the character, at least, you know. This is like the final art, what it's going to be like, you know. And it's very rough, yeah, granted it is rough, but it's gonna work, you know, when you got the animation moving and everything. So I can see the lines of the muscles and everything I drew there, but I wouldn't have been able to just do that straight out if we didn't have that very first initial shot that we had, you know. So, you know, I guess that's what you're going to do. I guess as an artist, you've got to listen to what the art's telling you. You're dictating. It's going to, you know, your style, I guess. It dictates to you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to listen to what you're good at. There's no point in forcing yourself to do different things. So, you know what I mean? So this arm's a bit short. I know it's a bit short, but you know, see, I'm not the best at drawing anyway, characters and figures and stuff. But you know, I think what it was is the arms, the position was one thing. Okay, let's go. And it doesn't matter if we've got like gaps and spaces, okay, in the actual line work here, even, because we're going to draw silhouettes underneath it. And as I say, this is also very sketchy. I must not get myself confused here, you see, and start trying to do super clean art, because it's not the way. I've got to remember, see, from a distance, see, this is what we're going for, this kind of sketchy look, see, you know. So that muscle's a bit too see, I've got to clean certain things up, given, you know, there, but it's like, you know, just doing the best thing I can do there. So okay, it's like very rough and sketchy, but I think for this kind of a show it's going to be okay. See, because I'm not very good at drawing anyway. I'm not very good at drawing figures, you know, people. So I'm just doing what I can do, you know. You know, those arms look a little bit short, fair enough, but when the thing's moving and they're all fighting and stuff, it's going to look okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just start fleshing this guy out over here of what he's going to look like. I want him to look obviously very simple. Let me just check this recording quickly. God. You know, one thing I can't stand is having things too detailed, you know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this guy have some very long hair, like here, this guy. Okay, maybe have a long coat on, something like that, just to make it simple, you know, just so we don't need to do too many features, you know. Okay, have a long coat on like that. And you notice how I just went straight in here. I didn't even bother with too much I didn't even bother with going on the other layer below it. I mean, you know, and see how I'm doing that gun there. I'm not even doing that too much. I'm not even doing too much detail. I'm doing it very, very simple there. See, I think in this video, okay, I may not talk all the way through this video. I may just add some music, okay, in the end, and turn off the webcam, and you can just watch me sketch, okay, in a moment. But you know, I'll talk to you for a last few minutes, and then you can just watch me sketch everything. My goal would be to get this all done tonight, but I don't know if I can. I'm working pretty fast. I am working pretty fast, you know. And you can see how it's all coming together though, see? Like this. Drawing the characters in. Got this other guy over here to do. That back layer, I think we don't need that back layer. Delete that middle layer we had there. Sometimes you might want to work on different layers. See, this guy is just going to be in a hood. I think we'd have him in a straight up hood. You know, straight up hood. Just do a nasty looking face there. You know, like that. Not much detail at all. You know, in a hood there. Just your average thug, you know. Okay, and yeah, they've got as I say, guns. You know, it's gonna have guns. This is a long jacket again. See, not just following. See, I'm following the shape of the actual skeleton per se that we've got laid down. That rough that we set up in the right in the beginning. But it's like I'm not following exactly. I'm doing things like I'm adding the clothes and stuff. See. And I'm doing it in a very sketchy way. You see how I'm doing things here, like drawing the hand there, see? Drawing that gun, see? And yeah, you get the idea, see? Have the hand here, doesn't really matter. See the trousers here, see? Just doing the trousers like rough here. So I'm doing it. It looks kind of rough, I know, but there we go. And I think that will do for our first one. And what I'm going to do is basically, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. And it won't really matter too much. Oh, I've just made a boo boo there. What I'm going to actually do is I'm just going to give them a basic shade overall first before we go into too much detail. Meaning, and I'm going to save them out literally as extras too. I'm not going to save over the original what we had there. I'm going to try and cut out these shapes. Okay, so you can see there's a few spaces there and stuff. So I don't really want to go through and use a load of thick lines and do like the edges and the outsides just yet. I want to just basically just clean it up, you know. If I do that, see, you can see the leg. Okay, his leg, his shoe, and most of his body there's got a lot of gaps in it. Okay, so to clean that up, it's a fairly thicker pen, just enough. Just go over a few lines here. One thing that I've surprised myself, okay, is I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty fast at going over gaps and things that I've missed. I can just go over lines. I mean, like just going over lines in general. Going redrawing over, like we could tracing your lines and finding your lines. I've become much faster at that. This is really weird. I'm missing a space there. Hold on. Okay. I think that's right. Hold on. You know what? I really love sketching. That's one thing I really love doing. Like sketches like this. Okay, so the guy's hair and his face and hand. Okay, hold on. Clean it up a little bit. I think this is the best method for doing this. This way also I don't need to paint like within the lines exactly. You know, I can just you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to just turn the tone down. I'm going to basically just delete the outsides. And just delete the outsides. Deselect, turn them down. You see, like that. I mean, while I'm here, I could actually give them some shading while I'm here, and I think that's the best thing to do. You remember a lot of these is like 11 or 12 frames in this basic scene, basically. Made a duplicate of that, bringing this one much more darker. Got very limited. Oh, hang on! Before we do that, we've got to empty the spaces out. We've got a few spaces we need to get rid of here, such as between the arms and things like that. And there's actual lines there that are not connected up. If you notice, like between the body here, for example, we're just doing that roughly. It's okay. How about here? No, nothing there because of the position, the way they are. Good. Okay. Deselect, duplicate. I'm making a darker one. The guy's hair is black. The main guy's hair. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to erase. Yeah, I'll move the darker one below, and I'll start erasing from the top layer, just so we can erase to show the darker areas. Okay. You know, I really enjoy doing this style. I mean like this kind of method of just like sketching fast like this, as opposed to going super detailed. It just works better, I feel. For me, I can get these sketches done. I mean, if you check out my other video, in my other video, I made a video where I was, you know, I was making a what do you call it? I was making a what do you call it? A storyboard. Yeah, go check that video out. Okay, the storyboard video. I'm actually currently uploading it right this second. I was uploading it a moment ago for you guys. But I'm using a hard eraser. Okay, hard eraser, meaning hard edge eraser. Don't use the soft one. I'm going to give him a dark hoodie. I wasn't really thinking to do this at first, but a dark hoodie, fair enough. A dark hair too. This bad guy. Don't need to see the pupils. You don't see every detail. See, and it's amazing how you can actually make sketches like this so detailed when you clean them up and stuff. It's surprise yourself sometimes. Make this gun darker. See, balancing out some lights and darks to make it interesting. See, I could have made this guy's trousers or top darker, or the guy's hair like this. See, I don't want to do that because I want to make him a bit different from the main guy. See, but I don't want to make those two guys the same. From here, I'm going to duplicate this, make another darker layer, and you know what it's for? It's only for the hair of this guy. That's all it's for. This is very simple. I'm just going over with this with a mouse really quick. Switch back to the pen. Go check my time on this recording in a moment. Go over the spear quickly while we're here too a little bit, I think. And as I say, you know, the best thing to do now would literally be to do some shading. To do a bit of shading, you know what I mean? But the thing is, I don't want to make it too detailed like that. Especially for this show, it's like just too much, you know, it really is. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to add colour. Because what I'm going to do is, for this particular thing, it's going to be black. I'll just finish what I was saying, okay? What I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to basically do that in black and white, and then add a colour tone over the video effect for some of these animated clips, so you'll see the colour tone the way it is, like the red and the yellow. Just for that, and I'm not going to add shading to every single scene. I'm just going to have it like this, and it's going to be good enough to the point, alright? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it, you know, I could give it a blur. There's so many things you could do. A bit of a blur, a bit of a touch up, a bit of a contrast, or whatever. Things you could do there, you know, a bit of contrast maybe. Then, so, but it's not even necessary, you see what I'm saying? Obviously, if I was doing like a shade, let me just give you an example. If I was going to go flat shade in here, see? Okay, if I was going to do that and start adding like some shadows and stuff, yeah, it's gonna look better, obviously. You know, why not do that then, right? But the thing is, like, I tell myself, why go through all that fuss? I see, I could do that. The thing is, it's like, do I want to do that, you know? Because I'm going to have to do that with every single scene. But then again, it's not that much hard work, you know. What do you think? Shall I go with that? Let's just go with that, maybe just go with that, yeah. But the thing is, you've got to decide, because if you go with that, that means you've got to do it in every scene. Heck, you know what, I'm going to go with that, we're going to go with that, fair enough, we'll go with that with a shade then, fair enough. So this is going to be the first one, I'm going to basically save that out. I won't save it as an extra, I'll save it over that. So there we go, okay. And there we go. If you hold on 1 second, I'll just pause this quickly. Okay, so there's our frame, okay, there's our frame, the first frame of this shot where he's going to do some moves and fight these guys. Obviously there's going to be a background in there and everything, there will be, as I say, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, it's you know, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is what I'll do in this video, rather than make it so long and add like music like I was saying, I think what I'll do is I'll make separate videos. I'll make separate videos for each frame. Okay, so this is a frame. Okay, this is one particular frame you're getting here of it. So you just see me doing these sketches. Hopefully you'll enjoy seeing what I'm doing and watching my way of how I'm doing this. But I find this method is much more enjoyable and fast at doing this, and at least you get some rough sketches, ain't too bad. Rough, yeah, fair enough, you could spend more time doing better art, but I like sketching, whether it be scenery or characters or whatever, I like to do this. And you could do more detail, I could have like darker edges and put more detail on and stuff, you know. I'm going to stop this here, and I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and see you in the following videos. Hopefully you'll really enjoy this cartoon too when you've seen it, and with the actual one. And I've got much more cartoons on the way, animated cartoons too. See you again very soon. Thanks for watching. I may not talk in every single video. Some videos I'll be talking like this to you, and some videos there'll be music in the background, and you can just listen to the music and watch me do it. Okay, for like these frame videos in particular, certain as such too. And different ones, but you know, yeah, but thanks for watching. Okay, yeah, thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.